If this happens, people, we are all finished. We are all done out here. Personal terms have been agreed with Vinicius Jr. according to Hand of Arsenal. And we're going to put up all the stuff when it comes to Marca and what the Madrid zone has reported. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another pre-recorded video. We're here to talk about Vini Jr. to Arsenal. Don't forget to hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're ready to do so. Leave a comment as well when you've heard what I've got to say. Where I got the shirt from, OK Jersey, MHF 15 for 15% off on your purchase, and Don Hussam 6 on Instagram. Go give me a follow, and if you use Snapchat, add me over there as well. Now, let's just get into it, guys. We're all finished. Let's just get to the bottom of this straight away. We are all finished. People will use example from last season when it comes to Isak and Wirtz. The situation is completely different. Arsenal are the only Big Six club with the same exact manager, with the element of stability, same exact squad. They haven't had any crazy major selling. They haven't sold anyone that, you know, is a massive part of their team or a massive part of the squad. If this continues, ladies and gentlemen, and Vini Jr. becomes an Arsenal player, we're all finished. Now, I know what people say. Hand of Arsenal said Rodgers is done. Maybe Rodgers was done, but Chelsea gave Aston Villa the money that they needed. And even if Hand of Arsenal got one thing wrong out of the last 10 things, that doesn't make him unreliable. Let me show you exactly what the news that was reported, you know, on this whole situation. I'm going to show you the Marca headline as well on the newspaper, because Vini has been given an ultimatum. Breaking: Arsenal have reached an agreement with Vini Jr. on personal terms, according to a Hand of Arsenal. This is obviously from Madrid zone. And I'm going to show you guys actually the Marca article, which is very interesting because this leads to my point. Marca cover: Real Madrid stand firm with Vini. The latest renewal offer is the last. Either he accepts or his sale will be studied. The club's priority remains to renew Vini Jr.'s contract, but they will not improve the offer. Now, here's the thing. Let's just be objective about this. Take a step back. Ornstein is the one that reported this news. There are two major journalists, Ornstein, Fabrizio. Fabrizio is the agent and the players guy. Ornstein is the club's guy. So when Ornstein reported it, Ornstein reports it from an Arsenal perspective. I don't think Vini is using Arsenal. The reason why I don't think he's using Arsenal is because if he was, it would be the others that reported, the likes of Fabrizio, Ben Jacobs, because they hear stuff through agents, through the players themselves. Maybe Vini wants to get improved terms. But that Marca headline is very dangerous. We're going to put it up on the screen again because I'll show you the dangerous parts of this Marca headline that make it, you know, make me doubt, you know, all the people that are certain that he will stay. This part, they will not improve the offer. And this part, his sale will be studied. Now, the reason why these two parts are massive, Vinicius Jr. wants Mbappe level money. There's no doubt about this. The reason why the contract renewal hasn't happened yet is because he's been negotiating this all season. Do I believe hand on heart that the guy wants to remain at Real Madrid? Yes, I believe that Vini Jr. wants to remain at Real Madrid. No problem with that whatsoever. But if Real Madrid don't offer him the money, then I do believe that he will leave. Because if we go back to the Ornstein Bomba, the thing that started this whole thing, it was revealed that Real Madrid don't want to lose him on a free. And it's the right thing to do, of course, from a club perspective. Why would you have someone like Vini Jr. and lose him for free? It makes no sense. So obviously, you would try to get some money for him. And right now, the club that makes the most sense for him is Arsenal. Stable situation, Premier League champion, Champion League finalist. You know, obviously, they're moving in an upward trajectory. If Arsenal sign Vini Jr., might as well write their name on the Premier League title because they have all the conditions required. Their left-hand side would be Vini and Tzolis. And if the reports are true and they end up getting Bruno Guimaraes because they made the first bid, apparently, if that happens, then we're all finished, guys. We are all finished. And this league title is over before a ball has been kicked. Now, I know what you will say. Football isn't played on paper. They've got Saliba out, blah, blah, blah. They've got Saliba out, cute. Mosquera, Ben White, Timber, Calafiori, Hincapia. 5 players that can play centre-back without an issue. So let's not pretend that they haven't got defensive depth. They've got the best defensive depth in the league. If they sign Bruno Guimaraes, you've got Lewis Kelly, Zubimendi, Bruno Guimaraes, Declan Rice, and still there, Norgard. 5 players that can play 2 pivot positions. Odegaard and Eze are still there. Saka is still there. Madueke, backup option. You know, Jokeres is still there. Havertz is still there. If they sign Vini and Tzolis, they have put themselves in an ultimately better position than they were in last season because they have upgraded massively while keeping the same exact spine, while keeping that element of stability. Now, I don't think that this is a case of Vini playing Arsenal or Vini trying to get a contract renewal or any of this because of the Marca headline. What does the Marca headline state? Real Madrid are not going to improve their offer. So now this becomes a game of chess. This is now a game of chess. It's no longer a game of checkers. It's a game of chess. Will Vini Jr. accept Real Madrid's terms, or will he go to Arsenal and become the guy, basically, and the face of the Premier League and get the money that he wants? Now, Arsenal can afford it. And Vini Jr. walks into Arsenal and he can command that level of money because he is a player that was probably the most important player last time Real Madrid won the Champions League. Obviously, under Ancelotti against Dortmund and that run to the final. Obviously, Vini performed really well in that run. And people are, you know, it's funny seeing gaslighting online. Everyone all of a sudden doesn't rate Vini. But, you know, if I said last season Vini's going to sign for Liverpool or City, everyone go like, oh, wow, Vini signs. Now that it's Arsenal, people just lose all objectivity. Like, people can't be objective anymore. And I guess being objective on YouTube is now classified as glazing. I'm just saying, I think there is a chance that Vinicius Jr. becomes an Arsenal player. Will Real Madrid budge and give him the money that he needs? Or will Vinicius Jr. make that move and go to Arsenal? I think Arsenal do have the money available. I think Arsenal have the funds. I think Arsenal have the wages. I think Arsenal have the means to make him a Premier League player. And this Bomba is a massive Bomba. Because if they sign him, I think they've got the clearest pathway to a back-to-back title I've seen like ever in my life. And, you know, they would have had massive upgrades on the squad, massive upgrades on the team with a player like that who is a game winner. And he would definitely help them in the Champions League. He would bring that element of experience. I don't know if this is true or not, but apparently there was something posted on social media with Bruno G and Vini. I don't know if it's true or not. So, you know, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if it's true or not, but you know, things are not looking the same way that they did 2-3 years ago when they said, oh, yeah, Vinny's going to stay and blah, blah, blah. It's not looking 100% that he will stay now. And if Vini does stay, then he will stay on Real Madrid's terms, which is not the money that Mbappe is on. And by the way, people say, like, why would Vini actively leave Real Madrid? I think Real Madrid are kicking him out the front door because they just don't believe that he's worth Mbappe money. And that's why they're spending that money. It's the same situation with Camavinga. You know, it's very easy for us to go like, it's very easy for us to go like, Camavinga is a fantastic midfielder. Why would he willingly leave Real Madrid? Yeah, but he's not willingly leaving Real Madrid. They are pushing him out because they've gotten Bernardo Silva and they're looking at signing Rodri. And by the way, let's keep in mind that Real Madrid need funds for all these things that they've got planning. You know, Rodri and one of Enzo or McAllister they've been linked with all summer. If they actually end up signing all these midfielders, bro, you need cash. You need cash to perform all these activities. All these things is not free. You know, so Real Madrid have given Vini an ultimatum. Make your decision or leave the club. Arsenal have agreed personal terms according to Hand of Arsenal. So we will see what happens. But if this happens right here, we're all finished. Wrap it up. Lock it off. Season's done probably before a ball has been kicked, and I'm not even exaggerating. Anyway, that's my thoughts on the Vini Bomba. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram. Check out our sponsor, OK Jersey. And I'll see you guys later. Peace out, people.